Hi everybody, what's up? I'm Aimee DeRoehn with RoadHome Empower. Thanks for joining me for another 30-minute flow. And please keep in mind, that's the idea. We can practice and reach focus, concentration, equanimity, center on the mat. But yoga says that's not enough, especially in the world we live in today. Can you take that into your life? Your life needs it, and it needs love. So let's begin. Go ahead and come right down onto your knees. Open your knees out into child's pose. The big toes to touch behind you, and let your hips sit back on your feet. If your hips and your butt stays pretty high up in the air, it just tells you that your hips are tight. But that's why you're on the mat. It's not going to stay that way. And that's the beauty of this practice. You're going to take yourself through the stuck places, remembering the way out is through. With your forehead down on the ground, elbows, just let them rest. Take your breath in or take your breath out. I'm not sure where you're at, but you know. Breathe in. Let all that go free. Take a breath in. Let it all fall away. Press your forehead down into the floor. Make that connection with the ground and with your own humility. Bring yourself here whenever you need to. But otherwise, let's flow into the next thing. Lift your elbows and forearms up off the ground. Spread out the palms, spread out the fingers, and press your bones of the fingers into the floor. With that strength of the arms, pull yourself up onto your hands and knees. Go ahead and bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Again, fingers are spread. Knees are lined up with your hips and the feet are hip-width apart. I want you to stick your tailbone, stick your butt all the way up to the ceiling. Lift your chest and your eyes to look up. And then chin down to your chest. Belly hugs against the spine. Tailbone curls toward the feet. On an inhale, stretch your chest and tailbone apart. And on the exhale, bring it back together. Move your hips around. Create some figure eights. My goal in teaching you practice is that you will leave your mat and create in your day. Create something new. Downward facing dog. In your downward dog, look at your hands again. And then look at your feet hip-width apart. On the breath in, take your heels up as high as they'll go for you. And on your breath all the way out, let the heels let go. Now, your head rests between your arms. Shake your head no. Often it's so easy to say no, right? Now say yes. Big breath in. Yes to a full release of an exhale. Bring your toes to touch. Inhale, right leg up. Bend the upper knee and roll it open. Let the upper foot press into an imaginary door. Press your foot up against the door. Roll your hip down. Hug your right knee towards your nose, chin to chest. Right foot flexed. Inhale, launch the leg up. On the out breath, take it to the floor. Awesome. Take your toes of your left foot, spread the big toe and middle toe apart, and go ahead and use that open space in the left toes to grab right onto your right heel and press it toward the floor. That felt like I had to explain a lot. Your body knows. Take your left leg up, bend the upper knee, roll it open. Head heavy. It's not freeing the breath that can create an energetic heaviness inside us. Our mind gets weighed down, bogged down. Left knee to nose, chin to chest. Inhale, kick up. Roll it open. Take your foot to the ground. Lift your heels. Exhale, press them to the floor. Look forward. There'll be plenty of time to jump unless you're just wanting that right now. Otherwise, step to the front of your mat. Feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Big exhalation. Fold yourself in half. Knees need to bend. In fact, take your fingers to the backs of your knees. Karate chop yourself there gently. Just press in, and the chest will fold. And if that feels like too much in the hips, hamstrings, or low back, soften the knees. Now root down through your feet and press all the way up to stand. We can get so decompressed. Our spine, literally, can become so decompressed. Take your arms, stretch them, hands to your heart. Draw your breath in. Dump it out. Draw your breath in. Let it leave you. Let something heavy that's been tagging along in your mind, in your life, let your mind give it permission to exit. Press your thumbs to your heart. When you know how good it feels for you to do yoga, you'll look around and you'll see a lot of people bogged down, weighed down, or sucked up, perhaps. Press your thumb knuckles against your heart. Remember what that feels like so that you can grow more compassion towards it. And then your thumb knuckles against your mind's eye. That you invite them to feel something other than the heavy. The light, the love. That's what we're here for. Inhale, reach up. Bend the knees and bow. Shake out your head, no. Shake it a very emphatic yes. Inhale, halfway. Step into a high plank. With the shoulders right over the wrists, press your heels back. Lift your thighs up and pull the belly tight. Now rock forward, bend your elbow straight back behind you, chest lowers. Inhale, feet press, palms press. Pull the heart gently past the wrists. Out breath, down dog. Take the breath in. The exhale softens something. Belly all drawn in. Zip it up. Now bend the knees. Look between the thumbs. With the knees bent, your eyes stay right between the thumbs. Jump. One day you're going to get to that spot, and then before you know it, you're going to exceed yourself. Inhale, lift halfway. Big exhale, fold. Follow the breath in to stand tall. Empty the breath out to fold. Draw the breath in, halfway lift. Lengthen the chest away from the hips. Step back, high plank. On your exhale, low push-up. On the breath in, it's time for up dog. Hug your shoulder blades together into your middle back. Thighs are going to lift. Drop your head. Let your eyes follow a path right down the middle of your mat till they land right between your feet. That'll land your nervous system. Breathe in. Full empty. And a bigger exhale. One more in breath. Push it all out. Pull in your belly. Look between your thumbs. Really lift off and launch. Feet to hands. Inhale, flat back. Empty the breath. Fold in half. Bend your knees. Drop your butt. Reach the arms high. Now very often, we will not sink down too low. It's your first Utkatasana. Ease up. Lift up your toes. Feel your knees bend and press your shins toward the calves. The weight goes more into the heels of the feet. You squeeze your thighs like crazy and you stretch your arms really high. And now open up every finger. Feel alive with the ujjayi sound. Otherwise, it's a really intense pose where you get really pissed off really quickly. You came to work out some of that. In case you didn't get the memo, sink low. Stretch it all up. Empty the breath, fold in half. Inhale, flat back. Step back, high plank. Empty the breath, low. Up facing. Empty the breath, downward dog. Feel better already, huh? I do too. Right foot, step it forward. Back foot grounded. On a breath in, come up into warrior one. Go to ujjayi sound. Take your right two fingers to the base of your throat. Left hand in front of your face. You should hear my breathing. So what happens is on the breath in, the muscles contract. On the breath out, from the base of the throat, it sounds really powerful. You want that air to really pull into the lungs. And then you're going to really push that air out. Somehow what happens is through lengthening and evening out our inhales and exhalations, evens out our nervous system, settles our head, and we're left with the energy we need for the day. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, sink a little lower. Press the right knee open. Stretch it back. And hands to the floor. High plank. Low. Up facing. Empty. Look forward, bend the left knee, and bring your left foot, warrior one, and your back foot down. Reach up on a breath in. I want you to land your eyes at one spot. I want you to deepen the breath. I want you to peel the left hip back so the right hip steers more forward. But if you feel really contracted and stuck in the hips, I want you to take a load off, literally, and make space for yourself by widening your feet. Create some room for comfort, for ease, and you'll be able to hang out in the pose. With your eyes at one spot, just take your breath in, empty it out. The breath levels out, it evens out, and that creates a fluidity in your physical movement. It lifts the corners of your mind as well. Stretch it back. Hands to the ground. High push up. Low. Big up dog. Big down dog. Take your right leg to the sky. Lift it higher than you normally do. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and flip yourself over. Take your arm straight up, look to it, and then stretch your arm back. It's really important that lower shoulder is protected, lined up over the wrist. If you need to, you can walk your feet back toward that lower hand. Stretch your heart away from your hips. Let your head completely drop. Breathe a lot and press your feet into the earth. Take your arm high. Take yourself back. Side plank. Bring the toes together. Legs straight. Or bring the right knee down to the floor underneath the hip. Left foot flat. Left hand is under the shoulder. Doesn't matter what the pose you decide on. It matters that the alignment was there. Release. High plank. Down dog. Shake your head more. Soften your shoulders away from the ears. Take your left leg up. Press your right heel down. Sometimes I like to line my shoulders up over my wrists before I flip, but then flip. With you in alignment, you can hold the pose. Oh my God, you might be able to enjoy it. You're supposed to enjoy life. Did you know that? I didn't know that either for a long time because life was just really heavy and I felt very powerless to my life. I felt like it was one thing after another. Have you ever felt that way? Yeah, see, we get each other. Side plank. Turn your feet, spin your heels to the left, feet together. Set it up and open it up. Breathe. Release. High plank. Downward dog. Right knee to your left elbow. Kick up. Right knee to the outside of your right elbow. Kick up. Right knee to the left. Kick up. On the out breath, move forward. Right knee outside the right elbow, but shoulders line them up over the wrist so the body weight shifts forward and you breathe. Kick up. Bring your foot to the floor. Left knee into the right elbow, shoulders over the wrist. Hold it. You got it, you got it, you can do it. Stay with yourself. Don't leave the room. Kick up. Left elbow outside, left knee. Scratch that. Left knee outside, left elbow. You're allowed to mess up. Me too. Kick up. Hug it tight. To the right elbow. Kick up. Stay in the room. Take it to the outside of the left elbow. Kick up. And bring the foot down. Big inhale. On the out breath, press your hips and thighs way back. When you free up a lot of the breath that we've held as a habit, it creates space. It creates space for air. Bigger air to reach us. Walk or jump, two hands. And it creates a lightness. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. A lightness in the way we move while still feeling really grounded. Bend your knees, drop your butt, reach up. Hands to your heart. You're going to take a twist. Left elbow. Spin it to the outside of the right thigh. You're going to let your butt drop. Let it fall back, and you may fall over, but that's going to keep you humble. Sink your hips down. Pick your heart up off your thighs. Pick your heart up off the floor while you had it. and open up wide. 5, 4. On the exhales, you open up bigger. 3, 2. Release. Separate your feet out hip width. Hook your big toes. Thumbs lock around the big toes. Inhale, flatten the back. So pull the chest long. Empty the breath, fold. Head gets heavy, heavy, heavy and starts to drop. Like it's magnetized right into the floor. The shoulders are going to come down away from the ears. You're going to inhale, halfway lift again. Use your biceps. So bend the elbow straight back towards your legs. Biceps, really active here. Now bring the hip weight forward towards your toes. And then just suck your belly in so that you don't fall over. And if you fall over, that's how you learn. Oh, what happened? Oh, I'm awake. And sometimes you'll fall in your life and you'll go, what happened? And the practice says, I'll use whatever I need to wake you up. You start waking up to patterns. You start turning the lights on. Lift halfway up, hands to your hips. Exhale, come up. You thought you were going to get away with not doing a prayer twist on the other side, huh? You're like, I wish that teacher would forget. Bend the knees, feet together. Stretch your heart up, arms reaching. Arms are an extension of your heart. So your actions for the rest of the day, when you use your arms, even carrying a laundry basket for your family, take a breath. On the out breath, twist. Can the actions that you literally manifest with your arms and your fingers come from a place of reconnecting and reawakening to love? Sink down. Twist it open. Open the arms wide. Fingertips can be right in front of the toes. Take your upper arm and lower it from your ear, so natural breath can find you again. And in that you'll find, through the practice, you'll find you're returning back to your true nature. Hands to your hips, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Exhale, fold your arms forward. Clasping the arms, clasping the hands. Hands to your low back, belly in, all the way to stand. Inhale, reach up. Empty the breath, fold. Lift halfway. Bring it back. High, low, high, down dog. Take your knees gently to the floor. Make your way out onto your back. With your knees open wide, open up the feet, dead bug. On the out breath, when you catch the feet or the legs, the ankles, then on the out breath, you'll gently draw the legs and feet toward the floor. The knees, the thighs, toward the ground. The more you relax your pelvis through a letting go of the out breaths, not holding the breath, it holds the musculature real tight. But the more you relax the breath, you'll relax the pelvic floor. And the legs will open up and come closer to the floor in their own time. Let yourself take happy baby. Let your legs come straight up. Lift up your butt, hands underneath your bum. Flex your feet so all 10 toes pull toward the face. Lower your legs down a third of the way. A third more. 2 inches above the ground. Pick your head and shoulders up off the floor. Check it out. Check you out. Take the legs all the way up. Lower down a third. A third. 2 inches. Nice. Stay with yourself. I told you before, stay in the room. Take it on up. Lower down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift up. Smile. I'm not letting you out till you smile. Give up the battle of you fighting your own happy. Come down. Take your hands out from underneath you. Left leg stays on the ground. Right leg, squeeze it into your chest. Empty the breath as you bring the leg closer. Take the leg across the body. Arm opens out like a wing, chin in the direction of the right shoulder. Bring it back. Take the leg straight up. Lengthening your heel toward the ceiling. You can keep a bend in the knee if your leg asks for you to do that. Pull the toes back. Hug the chest and thigh toward one another. Chin to chest. Release. Left leg, hug it in. Left arm out on the ground, below shoulder level. Then take the left leg across the body. Chin to the left shoulder. Eyes closed. Through the exhales, you'll wring out the spine in the final ways it needs to. Take the leg, hug it in, back to center. Take the left leg, lengthen it. Heel's going to lengthen, toes pull towards you. Hug everything toward one another. Chest to thigh, thigh to chest. Push out through your bottom foot. Through the ball and heel of the foot. Push it like you're pushing something away. Hug that knee in. You can bring the soles of the feet together in a butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms at your sides, palms open. You simply have done all this work to open up the body. So you don't want the palms flat facing the floor. You want to turn the palms up. If that bothers you to have the soles of the feet together, just let your legs lengthen out on the ground. Make any hairdo adjustments that you need to. I say that because I have a ponytail. Let your eyes close. Let everything get heavy. I think it's amazing that we can do half-hour segments. I'm used to teaching 90 minutes. I think it's amazing that I can take you through a short segment. And so much that can be worked out simply because we're climbing out of our head. We're bringing the breath deeper into the body so we'll feel us. Therefore, we'll feel for each other as a global family and for our own family the rest of the day. We don't need food so much, I think, as to feel like somebody feels us. May you keep coming to the mat with me or anybody else out there that you resonate with. Together we'll keep climbing out of the heavy, because that's the heart of yoga. Namaste.